Hello friends, this is Nick and you're now entering into the world of the Night Owl. So sit back, grab your favorite drink and snack of choice while we dive deep into a world of the scary and mysterious. But before we do, if you wouldn't mind feeding that like and subscribe button a couple of mice, that would make the Night Owl very happy. Otherwise, enjoy. So I think it's safe to say we all agree that clowns are far from fun to be around. While they may be colorful and tied to many birthday parties blowing up balloons, I think most of us associate them with the makings of true nightmares. But along with clown costumes, killers have worn the masks of other famous faces to commit their crimes. From a killer Santa, to a killer inspired by the Jason movies, one evil clown, and finally a killer inspired by Scream. Here are 4 killer cases involving fictitious figures we all know. So let's kick things off with one evil and twisted clown. On what seemed like just a normal morning at Marlene Warren's home, turned into the final day of her life. Marlene was enjoying breakfast with her son and his friends when they saw a white Chrysler pull into the driveway. Marlene wasn't expecting anyone, so she figured this was kind of odd. However, she proceeded to check it out. As she looked out her window, Marlene saw someone dressed in a clown costume slowly walking up to her doorstep. This person was holding flowers and 2 balloons. Completely silent and still, the masked clown handed her the presents. Marlene thanked the clown and said, "How nice of you." Directly after these words, the clown pulled up a gun and shot Marlene point blank in the head and her neck, leaving her at her doorstep. The killer clown then fled the scene, jumping back into the vehicle. Marlene initially survived the shots but would die just 2 days later in the hospital. And to be honest, nobody knew who the clown was or where they went. It actually took 27 years for authorities to tie a woman to the murder. This woman was Sheila Keene. Sheila was Michael Warren's mistress and wanted to find a way to get rid of Michael's wife, Marlene. This was truly an act of pure jealousy and envy. Now it's time for our next story. And in this story, we are finally going to tear off the mask of Friday the 13th's infamous Jason. Located in Jackson, Mississippi, the Pine Ridge Garden Apartments would be where one man would open fire, killing 1 and injuring 2 others. 22-year-old Roderick Jones showed up to the Pine Ridge Apartments wearing all black and a Jason mask, just covering his face. He would begin to open fire and attempt to kill 3 people. In the struggle, he was successful in killing one man, Kendrick Hughes. But another man, Vonsel Ramirez, would stab Roderick in the hand, causing Roderick to run. Roderick would then later be caught by police and convicted because authorities found traces of Vonsel Ramirez's blood on the clothes of Roderick, proving he was the Jason wannabe, who carelessly took the life of one and intended on hurting many more. Now let's talk about Santa. And it's not the Santa that's bringing presents and drinking milk and eating cookies, flying reindeer and all that jazz. No, this Santa was psychotic. This Santa was evil. This Santa made headlines. It was dark. Nightfall had fallen upon them. A nightclub located in Istanbul, Turkey, was terrorized and attacked by Abdul Qadir Marshopov during a New Year's celebration in 2017. Abdul Qadir showed up to the nightclub dressed in the Santa Claus costume, shooting a policeman and 1 civilian before forcing his entry. Once inside, Abdul Qadir would open fire on the crowd, immediately killing 30 people and injuring over 70. After his arrest, he admitted that he was a part of ISIS, and ISIS took credit for the setup, planning, and killing of 30 innocent people inside. Finally, he would see his day in court. And when that day came, Abdul Qadir was given 40 life sentences due to the deaths of 39 people in total. He was also given an additional 1,368 years for the 79 in total that were injured in this horrific act. Yeah, and we thought the start to 2020 was bad. So if that story didn't make you scream, well, maybe this next one will, since it's about a killer that was masked behind the mask of Scream himself. On Halloween night in 2013, in Brooklyn, New York, a 19-year-old Anthony Seabury was approached and shot point blank by someone wearing the same costume from the Scream movies. This happened around 8:30 p.m. and immediately the ghost killer ran from the scene, disappearing into the night, never to be seen again. But this wasn't the only murder to take place that night. Authorities think the same man who killed Anthony also killed a 46-year-old Sean Rhodes, just 2 hours earlier at 7 p.m. The killer shot him at least 5 times with a 9mm pistol. This pistol was left in the lap of Rhodes and had authorities believing it was the murder weapon for multiple cases. And finally a third case would arrive. This case happened at 11 p.m. that same night. This man was Kevin Thompson, and he was fatally shot without a trace. Authorities described the man wearing the camo jacket, ski cap with Scream's mask, and yellow boots. But even with all this information, the Scream killer was never caught. Yet just another cold case from one famous masked villain that brought movies to real life. Otherwise, guys, that's going to do it for this week's video, and I truly hope you enjoyed your time spent on this channel. And if you did, please smash that like and subscribe button for more creepy content just like this one. Have you ever heard of a murderer that actually practiced vampirism? Well, if not, check out my last video because it's truly freaky what he did to over 20 of his victims. Anyways, thank you and God bless.